Hi, ladies. Guys, thank you so much for coming today. You all look so beautiful. There's so much we have to talk about today. The standards of beauty are often not for us or by us. And so now we're having these conversations so we can define beauty for ourselves. Y'all ready? All right, ladies, it's time for Black Girl Beauty. Girl, you know, I did my braids myself.
No, you didn't.
I did. I promise.
I can't.
Yeah, it took 40 years, but I did it.
Ladies, so you know that thick thighs save lives, right? That's why my thigh is out for you today.
So a little known fact about me and my beauty journey is that I came from a pageant background.
Yeah. I have my experts here. We're gonna get into a lot of conversation about what it means to be in this industry, killing the game, but also what it's like to deal with the standards that are kind of unfair to us. So are you guys ready?
So ready.
Okay, because
So
your
prepared for
blue
this.
is gorgeous.
Thank you.
I know, and
I
the
needed
neon.
to pop. Thank you.
And your nails are popping.
And then your thick thigh is saving all of our lives.
All of our lives.
So
We're here for
thank
this
you
big
so
thigh.
much.
You know,
For
she likes to
being
come out and play sometimes.
So we all know the history of Black women in the beauty industry goes all the way back to the OG, the legend herself, Madam C.J. Walker, who literally changed the game. Okay, literally, you just have to bow down. In 1905, when she became the first Black woman millionaire, and she changed hair care for all of us.
Yes.
Literally from that century till now.
I mean, right now, I love this celebration of all of the diversities, like the diverse textures of hair and makeup and self-expression, because I feel like that's such a big part of being a Black woman.
The Black is Beautiful movement literally started in the 60s and 70s. People were like, hold up, you're not gonna tell me I look crazy, because I know I'm gorgeous. And that is a part of the revolution that we saw.
I mean, think about Angela Davis.
Yes.
And so the fact that her hair was such a political statement.
Yes.
The fact that it's like unnatural, this is how my hair grows out of my head. And also beyond it telling us that story, it was also just beautiful, right?
Like hair for us is not just hair, it's a form of self-expression. So I feel like that's a whole movement that's continuing, that we're seeing that there is this like appreciation and more kind of out front with it, you know, and I feel like that's something that we're seeing more of, and I definitely like that.
That's the beauty of Black Girl Beauty. I can wear a wig one day, be
Braids,
fly,
yes.
braids the next, be fly, and afro the next, and still be fly.
Afro, locks, like we do it all.
I think it's a big part, like accepting like this is who we are as a people. Like hair is such a strong form of self-expression for us. Like I do agree with you, like we probably all went through those phases of like assimilating. Like I used to get like a doobie every week, like for whatever reason. Now I'm like, I wash my hair like once every 3 weeks. Why was I in a salon every week? Because I felt like that's what I needed to do, and my hair was more so about fitting in. But now I feel like there's this, you know, that same energy of like the Black is Beautiful movement, but in like, you know, in the 2019 flow.
I mean, one of my favorite things about, you know, just the women who are able to create their own things, like the beauty blogging space and even the curly girl space. And we have all these beautiful photos of women here just showing us the different ways we can manipulate and just create looks for ourselves.
I remember begging my mom to get like the salt and pepper
Ooh, yes, child.
And now it looking like my 8th grade graduation. I'm like, ooh, why did she let me do that? But that was just like the dopest to me.
And then to find out that was a mistake.
And it was a big mistake.
But they made it work. But we make it work. Black Girl Beauty. What about you?
I think it was probably, I don't know, there's so many, but probably the Poetic Justice braids.
Janet.
With Janet. I grew up in like suburbs with around a whole bunch of white folk who did not know how to like braid hair. I was gonna get my dookie braids. I was gonna make sure they were fresh and fly. And like I always felt so special. Like sitting in between her legs, having her do those, and then like coming out and feeling like this like Nubian queen. So braids have always had like a very special place in my heart.
Same for me. My aunt owned a natural hair salon in DC, and so braids were always very important to me as well, because that was all I knew. Seeing Brandy wear braids
Yes.
all of her life, from the time that she was doing Baby 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 to
Yes.
Moesha to Cinderella with Whitney Houston.
Yes.
Seeing
She
her
was committed
always
to those
rock
braids,
a braid always made me feel affirmed, and like, even though my mom wouldn't let me get a perm until I was 15, knowing that there was someone who had the #1 show, who had the #1 album, who was breaking records every day, had a hairstyle like me.
Or people like asking you about your hairstyles and like, oh, your hair grew. It was always just like so crazy, like how much conversation I had around my hair or around my beauty in general.
I remember growing up and wanting to wear makeup so much. But when did you guys really start to get into makeup in your own personal journeys?
Believe it or not, confession, I'm a reformed pageant girl.
Surprise,
surprise. So that's
makes
where,
sense.
Right. so they taught us like how to do makeup, but it was like the same technique for everyone. I'm like, but my eyes aren't like doing the same thing. Like the placement was always off, and I was just like, okay, let me figure this out for myself, because they were basically doing like a cookie cutter thing that wasn't gonna work for every girl.
I know. I mean, I think I had similar because I wasn't a pageant girl, but I was a dancer.
Same.
And so
you had
like
to have,
beating
like,
your face
the
for the
dancer
stage. You know, I did like ballet a lot. So I definitely like started playing with makeup at a young age.
Right. One thing that I found to be true is that like I did not see myself represented in makeup. And that was like hard to accept as like a teenage. Like, okay, I want to wear makeup, but I'm not finding the things that I need.
Yeah, like you can't even buy the stuff that you want to put on your face.
Right.
But again, people are catching up.
Right.
To our, I mean, look what Fenty Beauty did.
Thank you, Rihanna.
Like, didn't shake the table, like, flipped it over, threw it out the window, like,
tore down the whole thing.
Cussed everybody out while doing it,
Yeah.
you know? And, like, now, you know, you have to have 40/50 shades in order to even, like,
compete
now.
Yeah.
And, like, a black woman did that.
Yes.
2
years ago. The fact that she was
talk about the
saying,
Fenty effect.
like, hey, like, I have shades for everyone.
Right.
From the lightest of the white girl to the darkest of the black girl.
Right.
But I'm really showing you the black woman because she's been so underrepresented.
Rihanna led with that. And that's what, it wasn't so much the shades, but she was just like, yep, here we are. Like, she owned it.
Oh, there's so many different beauty brands that have always focused on us. But to your point of walking into a drugstore and seeing 2 full aisles of makeup and we get 1/3 of a like 1/15 of a section.
So I grew up in Newark, and the beauty supply stores have phenomenal access. Like, I could get colors and like all the shades that work for my complexion. But going to, let's say, the local drugstore, whatever the big brands are, like, there was like nothing for me. What was your access to beauty like?
I mean, I grew up in like Amish country, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So there was no beauty supply shops. There was no beauty supply shops really catering to my brown skin or anyone else who was brown in the vicinity, which wasn't that many people. You know, it was very rural and very homogeneous. So I didn't really have access to that sort of thing.
And I think it's also important to touch on representation, because I never saw people like me represented in like magazines and ads.
That's the other problem with these companies, right? And like even with the Fenty effect, you're not putting black women in your advertising. You're not talking to us directly. Like, why wouldn't you do that?
Magazines that we read.
And to me, it doesn't make business sense.
Right.
It's like, why would you play in a field where it's completely saturated and everyone's like, look, white girls, we have stuff for you. We have stuff for you. Meanwhile, we're sitting over here like, who's talking to us?
Right.
You could have had all our money.
And so I think what Rihanna did that was so revolutionary was like, she had the white girls looking cute. She also had the black girls looking cute. And she was like, hey guys, we can all look cute together. Like, you don't all have to just be on one side.
Cosmetics did that too.
Right.
But again, before her time.
Right.
We weren't,
Iman as well.
The world wasn't woke enough in
Right.
a sense to understand what she was doing.
Absolutely.
But she opened the door.
For sure,
Fenty.
100%.
Absolutely.
But
like,
and the access was limited too. So for example, if you were in rural, Amish country, they weren't stocking the shelves with Iman Cosmetics or Black Opal or Black Radiance or any of those
Fashion
brands.
Fair.
We have to like you literally let me go to the hood and get the hair I need, get the makeup I need, get the everything I need. Why can't I get it in like Amish country?
Absolutely. Like, I'll be in there too. Parts of the city.
Julie's in Amish country. Why can't you get her makeup?
Yes.
One, it's like have a diverse company, but also be the woke white person.
Right.
Like, I need you to also to like know like what's going on. Like, not only do you need to hire people of color, but I also need you to understand. Like, you don't need to just send the one black girl on your staff to the Cream of Nature event or to the whatever event.
About
you
it.
need to send Becky too.
Yes, because she needs to know. Because she, like, Felicia knows about edge control.
Right.
Becky may need a lesson. Send her.
Send her. Send them both together.
Right, yes.
It'll be amazing opportunity for them both to understand. They'll have a great conversation in the car or in the train going there.
Look around your room. Everyone at this table, like I'm here making however much an hour consulting. Everyone here, your VPs, EVPs, SVPs, whatever, and like it's all white. When I walked through your office, everyone was white. Like maybe the one person of color was the receptionist or like the cleaning person, but your R&D, there's no one of color. Marketing, PR, events, planning, finance, like nowhere in your organization are there people of color. So where do you have the opportunity to even think about people of color? As like an industry vet, like we've been in beauty over 10 years, we have to know every single thing about every single thing, every race, ethnicity, hair type, products. We have to know all these things, but we acknowledge that like our white counterparts don't need to know any of these things about us to excel, but we need to know it all plus more.
There are things that I would never put in my hair, never put on my face, but I go because I want to be the most badass beauty editor possible.
Right.
It's like, you should go. You actually have black people reading your publication or, ingesting the content that you're doing.
Right.
Like, there's no way that you shouldn't know about black women, Asian women, like, Indian women, all the women.
We can't stay employed if we don't. Like, and that's the, again, I hate to say unfair, but like we are not employable if we don't know these things.
They shouldn't have their jobs
right?
if they don't know anything about our beauty.
I mean, I know you work in these beautiful black spaces. Are you able to, in your past places, like call it out when you see
Absolutely,
it? Like,
100%.
is that what you just?
I do, and I feel like that is a privilege that I have, that I am in these spaces and that I do have the respect. So when I say it, it means something.
I'm so lucky that I work at Black
Yeah,
Girl
Essence
Magic
is the Mecca,
headquarters. We are Black Girl Magic headquarters. I look at y'all, I'm like, this is what I look at all day. Like talented, beautiful, accomplished black women.
Right.
And so it's really nice. And it's also nice as a professional that like I get to think about black women every day. I always say when people ask me what I do, I'm like, I celebrate the dopeness of black women every single day.
My favorite part of this whole conversation is how important it is for black women to feel beautiful in a world that always, traditionally told us the closer to white you look, the more beautiful you are. Look, y'all gonna come back. We're gonna
Nails,
hair.
skincare.
There's so many other things, but we just wanted to touch on the foundations today, and I think we did a really good job of talking about several things. So thank you, ladies, so much for joining me for episode 1 of Black Girl Beauty.
Thank you so much.
And we'll see you guys later.
Yay.
Bye. Thank you. Hey guys, it's Gia Peppers, and thank you for watching VH1's Black Girl Beauty. To see more, make sure you're subscribed to VH1's YouTube channel so you never miss another episode.